All right, YouTube, hello. Quick hotfix patch came in for D.Mon literally today, one day after D.Mon's release, because as you can tell from public sentiment, including my videos and opinions on D.Mon, I thought she was D tier. D.Mon more like D tier. Now, she might be more like a C tier hero with these buffs. So what did they do to her today? First, they hotfixed the Plasma Saber damage for sword. Damage increased from 60 to 65. That is pretty significant because it changes the breakpoint on 250 HP heroes, right? It used to be 4 swings, 1, 2, 3, 4 for 240. So a 250 HP hero like a soldier would live. But now 1, 2, 3, 4 times 65 would be doing 260 damage. So instead of 240, it does 260. So it changes that breakpoint specifically for those heroes, for 250 HP heroes, which could be helpful if you were ever able to actually get 4 swings off reliably. But even that's already pretty hard. I found out playing D.Mon, and I'm sure you guys can relate, that there's a lot of mobility in Overwatch now. It's like, wow, D.Mon is mobile, but it feels like everybody else is more mobile. I actually can't even chase people for that long. But that could be solved a little bit now because they buffed the propulsors. The fuel drain rate has been reduced from 40% drain to 25. That means the propulsors will last much longer. 4 seconds instead of just being a little over 2 seconds. It's actually a lot. And the regen rate goes from 15 to 22.5. Honestly, if you just kind of round it up, it almost feels like it's pretty close to regaining or regenning at the same rate it drains. So at least when you know, you're out of combat and not using it, it comes back at a much bigger significant rate. Propulsor's buff was probably the biggest one out of everything here. Her mobility is really good. When you take the minor perk, the one that gives her 30% less drain when your shield is up, that means the new propulsor drain rate, if you take that perk, would be 17.5 per second, which means it lasts, oh, I don't know, like over 5 seconds now, which is really, really good for that. The final thing they changed was the fusion repeater. That's the gun. The damage went from 15 to 16. Not that significant. Cooldown being reduced from 6 to 4 seconds. While it looks great on paper, still not even that crazy, because yesterday I did a couple of play tests, custom games with viewers, where I turned the cooldown completely off for fusion repeater, so it was literally on a 1 second cooldown when it ran out, and even with that I felt kind of weak. But when you compound everything together, it could be pretty good. But for now, instead of D.Mon, she is now C.Mon. That's a pretty good meme there. So before I actually end this video, I actually want to showcase this custom game mode. If you go to the custom game mode and you import this code Y5YMR, this is D.Mon buff ideas by Sammy Say So. I think my camera is blocking it right now, unfortunately. But Sammy Say So is a workshopper in the community and added a couple of suggested buffs to D.Mon to improve the flow of the hero kit. So if you press, I mean, it says it at the top in the middle right there, the code you can import yourself. F to toggle the buffs on, buffs off. So right now, let me just look buffs off, like the suggested buffs off from the workshop script, and just show you the current hotfix changes. Look how long this lasts. It's 4 seconds now, right? So really good in that capacity. The swing is 1, 2, 3, 4 now, 260 damage, very nice. And I was talking about this minor perk, Mecha Mobility. While holding power barrier, propulsor costs reduced by 30%. So again, 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's real nice. And now if you take this minor perk,
love that for me.
Obviously it only works if your shield is up, and now it lasts over 5 seconds because it drains 30% less than 25. So it's like 18 drain per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. Look at that. Very cool. Pretty good buffs. Now, what is this workshop mode that I just mentioned? So these are the suggested buffs. I mentioned them in the D.Mon more like D tier video that was released today. But a couple of things. If I turn the buffs on the top left, you can see the first thing we did was change the gravity on the hero. So when you like float down after using propulsors, you're not sinking like a sinking ship. So right now when you boost and you go horizontal, you just like doosh right on the ground. If the buffs are on and you use your fuel, look at that. I have way more floaty gravity like this, which actually feels way better. She's on a mech and she's mobile, but not like as mobile as D.Va. You don't want to like make it a direct one-to-one comparison to D.Va if you want to have D.Mon fit in her own archetype. But having a floatier bit of gravity, like Celeste from Deadlock, or, you know, if you buy the Magic Carpet, it is, you know, pretty good direction to go in. Let me turn the buffs off now. The next thing we suggested was the surging strike as it stands is just like a lunge forward, and there's no vertical mobility with it. One of the suggested changes when you turn this workshop script back on is it goes omnidirectionally. Like that. That would probably be really nice, to be honest with you. Now, some people may be like, well, now she's getting crazy mobility creeped. I would still say because you're using it for mobility, you lose the burst damage, right, as an exchange, and it's still on a pretty lengthy cooldown. Like, if Doom can rocket punch for way shorter of a cooldown, he can reset it as well. You can play around a 6-second cooldown. It doesn't even go that far. It's not even that bad. I don't even think it's that outrageous. I think this would be a really nice change for her. Because, like, I was playing on Busan in that new part of the side where you just, like, hop down, and somebody just, like, wall climbs back up, and I just, like, can't chase them anymore, which kind of sucks. Wait, using this, yes, I lose the cooldown, but being able to chase people, I don't think is a bad direction to bring the hero there. What was the next thing that they changed with this script? I think the movement speed on the shield. Buffs off, I'm slower, 30%. I think with the buff on, it's only a 10% movement penalty instead of 30%, which is kind of nice. And what else is in this code here? Let me see. Workshop Inspector. How do I, like, see all the things there? Low gravity when using boosters. Omnidirectional strike. There is a move speed penalty. 10% instead of 30 when holding the shield. The pilot cannon was buffed to the same as the mech cannon. Oh, and the booster cooldown was reduced from 1 second to 0.75. That one's a bit minor. I think the big one would definitely be the pilot to the mech cannon. Okay, I guess. The big thing is omnidirectional and the lower gravity for me, on top of whatever they did to this hotfix stuff on today's patch. So yeah, with those changes, I think if we do all that, now if we add these workshop specific script buffs to the buffs they added today, we can actually go from C tier to B tier. Potentially A tier, but probably still B tier, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for this. If you have any more suggestions to make D.Mon, you know, not too outrageously OP, but way more fun and mobile, and you know, have like an actual role in the game, let the comments fly. That's it. Bye bye.